Who are you? Who are you? What is your aim? And where do you live? Are the three questions I got asked by one of you. Thank you for your question. And here is the answer to that question. And later on, I'll have some questions for you. For you who is watching. Who am I? As I said, my name is Nora. And if you watched my previous videos, you can hear some parts of my life and some parts of me becoming me, the person that I am right now, and how I think about certain things and how I give them a place in my heart, in my mind, in my life. Well, my name you know already, I think. So I told you in my previous videos and now again. And next to that, I live in the Netherlands, but I am an Assyrian from Iraq. Came to the Netherlands as a refugee many years ago, and now I live in the Netherlands, speak Dutch. I went to school in Greece, in the Netherlands, and so I speak several languages fluently. And I studied here. I went to school and I studied here. I studied international and European law. And I like the Netherlands a lot because it is well organized and they have a great system. It's not perfect, but it's good. Yeah. That about me in a very, very, very short limit. Next to that, what's my aim was the question. Let me go to that. Yeah? I believe that all of us came to this world because of a goal. A goal. We have something to fulfill in our lives. And in my life, I always knew, I had a feeling I can change people's lives. And I will change people's lives. When I was a young girl, I always wanted to become a doctor because I thought, when I was 4, I told my dad, like, Dad, I want to become a doctor. And he laughed at me and was like, why do you want to become a doctor? And I said, I've seen so many people hurt around me, so many victims of war, that I said, why is nobody helping them? But my father answered as like, they need money and they can be helped only if doctors get money and they will help them. And I didn't agree with that because I said, no, I will become the doctor that they need so I can support them. It turned out differently because not everything in this life you can decide on, you know? But I always knew I could help and change people's lives. So I continued when I grew up and I went to the Netherlands. I started my journey to become a doctor. Like going to school, being the best of my class. I tried everything to become the best. And when I went to the door of the university, I thought, my teachers told me, Nora, we see a lawyer in you because you're a fighter for rights. And I thought, hey, maybe they're right. Because I am a fighter for people's rights and not necessarily need to heal somebody's body or help them heal their body. So in that way, I always knew I would help people and change people's lives. And in the part of studying at the university, I learned a lot of skills as a lawyer, you know, I learned a lot of skills. And next to that, I did a lot of courses internationally where I learned, like, by self-education, going to courses about neurolinguistic programming, how you can, like, by thinking, shifting your mind and body, how you can help yourself recover from a lot of things, but next to that, also help other people, coach them through their own journey. So I did that and I learned a lot about myself. and that I have some gifts. But until last summer, like May last year, I had a friend of mine, she's a medium, and to be honest, I'd never believed in mediums. But she didn't really know my past in details, you know? So she said, Nora, can I give you a session or a session? I said, like, why not? Do so if that makes you happy. And she said, you're an open person. Let's try this. And I said, okay. She put her hand on my shoulder and she told me things. To be honest, I didn't dare tell myself. And she told me things I never believed I would hear from somebody else, expect myself. So I was very surprised, scared. I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, what can you see more than that? Now tell my secret, don't tell my secrets to anybody, tell my secrets. And she told me things, very incredible things about my past, that I as a child experienced but hid from the outside world, hid from myself. Because I've seen a lot of things in my life. But something she told me, and I did agree with her, but I never was clear with that, I couldn't put my finger on it, what it was I was very capable of. And then when she told me what my gift was, because it's a gift, every one of us gets a gift from God, from the universe, from Allah, from what you think, where you believe in, from nature. And my gift was connecting. Let me elaborate on that. When I was a young girl, I could see connections very fast. I could see what kind of relationships would succeed and what wouldn't. But as a young child, I didn't know. I could directly see that feels good, that looks good, or it doesn't. Connections in several things, like in when I grew up, when as a little child you see kids playing, I knew they would fight or not. When I grew up and become a young woman, I could see relationships between my friends, would they work or not? My parents or uncles, aunts, cousins, when they were arguing or not, and how do they look, and what kind of feeling do I get by looking at them? So as a young woman, I always knew, and I always told, I gave a lot of advice in tips, I wouldn't do that if I were you, and they wouldn't listen. But then what I said came true. So it was so funny, and I didn't understand. Couldn't put my finger on it. Do you know that? Can you say I have something and I cannot put my finger on it? That is what I had. I couldn't put my finger on what it was. I was so feeling good at. And then later on businesses, and I knew what kind of business would succeed or fail, or what kind of person they were, and were they really happy or not. I could tell. I never knew how. But then she told me that I have the gift, the power, the unknown power, that I can see connections in people, connections in relationships, connections in businesses, connections in how something can succeed or fail. So because of her, I started this video series about connection with yourself first, because I really believe that if you connect with yourself, you will connect to the world. And then I will continue on connection in relationships, and what do you need on that. But let me ask you some questions. If you watched my video series, did you recognize things about yourself? Did you see things in you? Because I ask you a lot of tough questions in my videos, and I ask you to really, really look at you as a person. Look at you as you. Did you do that? Did you like my videos at all? Do you understand them? Because if there's something difficult about them, please tell me. Tell me if I need to elaborate on certain topics that you heard, and let me help you to become the best the best version of you, and let me help you in your journey, because I would love to. And you will hear of course about my journey. So thank you so much for the question, Hunter. Thank you so much. And I hope if more of you have questions, they're personal, business-wise, ask me, or about my videos, ask me about connection, about relationships, whatever you think. I have the gift. So I'm very blessed that I could make this video again, and that you were here to listen to me. And I will see you. And if you think somebody else needs to hear this message and hear my messages at all, please send them my videos. Please subscribe so I can broaden my reach. And thank you so much for listening. Until next time, bye.